Have you ever felt a profound weariness settle deep in your bones? A sense of exhaustion that no amount of sleep can truly touch? It's not just physical fatigue, it's an emotional drain. A quiet hum of being constantly on edge, reacting, defending, or simply feeling overwhelmed by the currents of life. Perhaps you found yourself caught in the swirling eddies of another person's mood. Or perhaps your own inner world feels like a volatile sea, unpredictable and demanding. There are moments when the external world seems to conspire against your peace, when every conversation holds a hidden landmine. Every setback feels like a personal affront, and every quiet moment is filled not with tranquility, but with the buzzing echoes of past hurts and future anxiety. This feeling, this pervasive sense of being tossed and turned, is a common experience, a shared human vulnerability that often leaves us questioning our strength, our worth, and our place in the world. We crave an anchor, a quiet harbor, but often don't know where to find it amidst the storm. It's a strange realization, isn't it, to discover that much of our suffering isn't caused by the events themselves, but by our reaction to them. We spend so much energy trying to control the uncontrollable. Other people's actions, the twists of fate, the unpredictable nature of existence. And in doing so, we often neglect the one thing I can cultivate and shape: our inner landscape. We learn early in life to identify our emotions, to label them as good or bad, to suppress the uncomfortable ones, and cling to the fleeting joy. But somewhere along the way, we often miss a profound truth. Emotions are not facts, and they are certainly not masters. They are visitors, messengers, often unruly, but ultimately transient. The path to a deeper, more resilient peace doesn't lie in eradicating these visitors, but in learning to greet them differently. This is the quiet revolution of emotional maturity, a shift in perspective that, once embraced, profoundly changes the very fabric of your life. Emotional maturity is not about being stoic or never feeling anger or sadness. It's not about suppressing your true self for the sake of perpetual calm. Quite the opposite. It is about a profound intimacy with your inner world. It's about recognizing the subtle currents beneath the surface, the triggers that send ripples through your being, the stories you tell yourself when fear or insecurity whispers in your ear. Think of it like this. An emotionally immature person is like a small boat without a rudder, tossed about by every wave and wind. They react impulsively, their mood swinging wildly based on external stimuli. They might lash out in anger, crumble in despair, or retreat in fear, feeling utterly at the mercy of their own feelings and the actions of others. Their peace is conditional, dependent on a perfect external world that simply does not exist. But an emotionally mature person, while still experiencing the same waves and winds, has learned to steady their vessel. They feel the anger, the sadness, the frustration, but they don't age become it. There's a space that opens up between the emotion and their reaction. They learn to pause, to breathe, to observe the feeling without being swept away by its immediate surge. This space, this conscious pause, is where true freedom begins. It's where you reclaim your agency. Instead of simply reacting, you learn to end responding, to choose your next thought, your next word, your next action, not from a place of raw instinct, but from a deeper well of understanding and intention. This subtle but profound shift is like finding the internal compass you never knew you had, allowing you to navigate even the fiercest storms with a quiet certainty. This journey of cultivating emotional maturity often begins with a deep, silent realization. Perhaps it's after a particularly draining conflict or a moment of crushing disappointment, where you suddenly see the pattern repeating itself. You might ask yourself, why do I keep ending up here? Why do these interactions always feel the same? It's in these moments of quiet questioning that the seeds of change are planted. You begin to understand that you are not merely a passenger in your own life. You are the captain, and your emotional responses are the sails and rudder. This realization can be both humbling and incredibly empowering. It asks you to take responsibility, not for what others do, but for how you choose to process and integrate their impact. It's about building a stronger foundation within yourself, a quiet resilience that allows you to face the unpredictable nature of life with a newfound grace. As you lean into this process, you'll notice subtle shifts. The sharp sting of a critical comment might still be there, but it won't linger as long, nor will it define your entire day. The urge to immediately defend yourself might soften, replaced by a quiet curiosity about the other person's perspective. You'll find yourself less tangled in the dramas of others, and more able to offer empathy without sacrificing your own boundaries. Conflicts in relationships become opportunities for deeper understanding, rather than battlegrounds for ego. You'll learn the profound art of letting go. Letting go of the need to be right, of the imagined slights, of the past wounds that cling to your present. This isn't indifference. It's a profound self-compassion that extends outwards, allowing you to engage with the world from a place of strength and clarity, rather than defensiveness or fear. The journey towards emotional maturity is not a destination, but a continuous unfolding. There will still be days when you feel overwhelmed, when old patterns resurface, when the waves feel too high. But with each gentle step, each conscious pause, each moment of self-awareness, you are building an inner sanctuary. You are learning to sit with discomfort, to listen to the whispers of your own heart, and to distinguish between the transient noise and the steady wisdom within. You begin to understand that peace isn't the absence of trouble, but the presence of inner calm amidst it all. And in that quiet acceptance, in that profound understanding of your own emotional landscape, you will discover a freedom and a depth of connection, both with yourself and with the world, that truly changes everything. Your life doesn't become perfect, but your experience of it transforms. You learn to live not despite your emotions, but wisely with them, embracing the full spectrum of being human with a quiet, steady heart